Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a deadly duo in love that loves reacting to some death battle.
It's time for a death battle.
Yeah! This is Darth Vader versus Obito, Star Wars versus Naruto, and this is Bucky. And yes, he is on his mom's side and wants her to win these death battle bets that we do. And that's why he's likes to distract me for death battle. Bethany's gonna explain real quick how we do death battle on this channel.
So if you've watched our previous death battle videos, like all the way back to the beginning, you know that we love to bet on who the winner is going to be. Successful little recruit here. He's very good at distracting my husband. So what we did starting this year is to make it more interesting, because last year we always, well, not always, but most of the time chose the same person. We've added Monopoly money to the mix. So now we actually put a dollar amount next to our bet as to who we think is going to win. So at the end, well, not the end of this year. God, I'm really bad at this today.
It's all right. At the end of November, last, Thanksgiving time.
Yeah. So at Thanksgiving of this year, whichever one of us has more money to our name, that is the person who will get to choose our cosplay outfits for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Now we're going to launch into watching the first half of the video where they talk about the characters, their armor, special skills, abilities, advantages, disadvantages. Then we're going to take a break, place our bets, and then we'll watch the second half of the video where we actually get to see the death battle.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates. Again?
Again?
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Sith.
Obito Uchiha, secret leader of the Akatsuki.
Prime examples of how you could die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Iron Fist of the Galactic Empire ruled everything.
All thanks to the super powerful super murderer, Darth Vader.
Super murderer.
Beneath his spooky mask lay the husk of former nice guy, Anakin Skywalker.
As a child among the harsh wastes of Tatooine, Anakin longed to one day free his fellow slaves as a heroic Jedi.
Just like some Jedi himself in sand.
A Jedi who believed little Annie was the chosen one and would bring balance to the Force. No pressure, right? So he took him under his wing to become the papa he never had. Or so was the plan, until...
This dish.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Instead,
dipshit.
Qui-Gon's apprentice became Anakin's mentor. But while Anakin sought a father figure, Obi-Wan saw him as more of a brother.
I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever.
Drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi. He excelled in lightsaber combat and the Force, an energy field that binds all living things together.
The Force lets Jedi move stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks, predict the future, and make people believe these aren't the droids they're looking for. Silly space wizards.
Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin was particularly skilled in the
cows.
Form 5 lightsaber fighting styles, Xian
Space
and
ducks.
Jem So.
Also known as the Way of the Crate Dragon. You know that big sand dragon Mando blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber.
Form 5 is incredibly versatile, well suited for defending against lightsaber and blaster alike. It focuses on blending parries with devastating counterattacks, aiming to win duels through overwhelming pressure.
Perfect for the Padawan who just bulldozed his way through training to become a Jedi Knight.
Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time.
But he had plenty of other problems to deal with, like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into space monk school and expect him to forget everyone he ever cared about, right? Well, apparently that's what he was supposed to do.
The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold, something Anakin could not accept. And so, rather than let his secret wife die in childbirth, he was seduced to the dark side through the promise of power.
And so began his Jedi kill streak, until Obi-Wan gave him a glorious lava bath. How refreshing.
But thanks to his new Sith Master Palpatine, our young warrior was saved, reborn, rebuilt. He was now Darth Vader.
Vader is a badass. Everyone knows it, and they're terrified of it. I mean, just look at the guy.
As impressive as his armor appears, you might be surprised by its quirks. See, while the Jedi view the Force as an ally, the Sith see it as a tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions. Palpatine trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become.
By making the suit suck ass and piss him off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit.
The armor would beep at random times just to annoy him, and the life support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for several minutes.
Oh,
That
God.
doesn't seem good for someone with burnt up lungs.
And it was so heavy and clunky that he could barely walk, sometimes even resorting to moving himself with the Force.
Oh man, I knew Palpy was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick.
Yep.
Well, despite these issues, the armor fulfilled its true purpose, crafting Darth Vader into the equivalent of a slasher movie villain commanding a galactic army.
Nobody wants to mess with him. Thanks to the dark side of the Force, he can make maelstroms that blast everything away, form barriers that shield from all sorts of attacks, and choke anything that's even a minor inconvenience. And sometimes he skips straight to crushing your lungs.
One time, a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move 300,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it.
And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push through it.
Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire. It's how the Sith work. So he constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Oh, that's nothing. One time, he blasted off most of Vader's robo limbs, destroyed his armor, dropped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force.
An impossible task, yet one Vader accomplished.
Yeah, because he really wants to kill Palpatine.
And that hatred is apparently useful in keeping Force wielders alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise kill them.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. You should have hated a little more.
Vader has killed hundreds, possibly thousands of Jedi, including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire armies on his own, and even taken on monsters the size of mountains.
He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible to kill.
And in Ewoks material from the old Legends canon, a real deep cut, we know.
my God.
Dark side users like the Night Sister Shiral overpowered the Sun Star, an ancient artifact capable of shifting moons. A feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros. But if you want something more recent, here's a planet blowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine.
But thanks to both
He's
his
fine.
incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly did bring balance to the Force. Hokage, the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village and their strongest ninja, respected and loved by all. Though few have attained this title, many have strived for it.
One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain? If you think of talking about Naruto? Guess again! This is the story of Obito Uchiha!
Obito unfortunately lacked the natural talent for ninja arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline.
So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader Minato. Where'd you think I could get into a ninja school like that?
Not one that teaches you to harness this form of chakra, a limited form of physical and spiritual energy that exists inside all human beings and, naturally, can be weaponized.
He can use it to run up walls and make clones of himself, but even better, blow shit up.
This is ninjutsu. Among its many techniques include elemental attacks, and the Uchiha specialize in all things fire.
Big fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire, you name it, they've got it. So when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes!
Oh my God.
Lucky for Obito, he had one more secret weapon up his sleeve, eye socket. The Sharingan!
The Sharingan grants extremely precise vision, allowing someone to see the flow of chakra, predict an enemy's attacks, cast a variety of genjutsu illusions, and even break out of said illusions.
Too bad he didn't get to use the red eyes much. Like 10 minutes after he got the damn things, he got smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't expecting to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi. And then he died. The end!
Or so we thought.
Miraculously, Obito survived long enough to be rescued by another Uchiha, the legendary Madara. Madara granted Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs he'd lost.
You're probably thinking, oh, what a swell guy. Except he was not. Madara was brewing some plans for world domination and needed a pawn to carry them out. So he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's curse of hatred.
Within the Uchiha clan, there exists an ideal of being extremely devoted to love. It has been speculated that if a particularly powerful Uchiha loses someone important to them, that love will be replaced with an all-consuming hatred. This is how Obito awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan.
Or Red Eye 2.0. The Mangekyo gave him a new jutsu called Kamui. With it, he can suck his foes into another dimension and leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them, like his gun by fan. But even better, he can phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpower akin to the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui dimension whenever they overlap with other matter. See, there's his body parts right there.
Well, if it looks like a duck and talks like a duck,
Space duck.
it's phasing.
Space robot duck.
Yeah. Way later on, he also got another super eye. Man, he's really swapping these things around like a Prime sub on Twitch.
This Rinnegan grants Obito the power of the 6 paths, giving him some nifty abilities like controlling gravity with the Deva path, ripping out souls with the human path, and summoning giant monsters with the animal path.
With all of the awful stuff he'd gone through, Obito realized that the ninja world was corrupt to its core. His dream of everyone being happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's Giga Brain plan to control everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki terrorist group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous Ten Tails.
I know what you're thinking. Wasn't the whole point of this to stop war in the first place? And that's a very good question. Anyway, the Ten Tails!
Massive, near inexhaustible chakra, the Ten Tails possesses tremendous power. It can create massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb.
Forget bomb! That's basically a super nuke! This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains to dust.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT.
That's
What?
24 zeros!
24 zeros.
Again, Obito wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas like Kakashi, Minato, and even Naruto in his Monster Energy drink form, which could outmaneuver the fastest attack
See,
from
Monster
the
Energy
Lightspeed
drink form?
Hokage.
And he far surpassed all of them when he finally sealed the Ten Tails within himself, becoming its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited flight, power rivaling the legendary Sage of 6 Paths, and the truth-seeking orbs.
These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that apparently helped shape the whole world. Oh, holy shit, it's huge!
The truth-seeking orbs can completely disintegrate anything they touch at both a molecular and spiritual level. Only those with the power of the 6 Paths can resist their effects.
Plus, with the Mangle monster in his system, Obito's regeneration got amped to the point where he can survive having half of his body control Alt-deleted away. All cards in his hand, he was ready for the final stages of the Giga Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow.
But the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After getting one-two'd by some talk no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self, someone who was always trying to help others, and they'd say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world, giving his life to protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with reaching the dream he had so long ago, to become Hokage, of which they both succeeded.
Though he may have lost his ninja way, Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted.
Well, shit.
I know. I'm like, I mean, in that brief time that we got to learn about Obito, I mean, it was a really good story.
Yeah.
Redemption story, just like Vader.
And that was just it. As we were going through, I was like, okay, but I mean, at the end of all this, that guy's still a dick, and at least Darth Vader redeems himself, right? So I'll go for Vader. And then he redeemed himself, and well, shit.
Yep.
I think I'm going to be happy whoever wins this one, because they both had redemption stories.
Yeah.
And pretty solid redemption stories at that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Naruto guy's going to win, but I'm going to put $5 on Darth Vader. Why, you might ask? Because that seems kind of stupid. I'm doing it for loyalty. Because we are invested in the Star Wars universe. We've been watching the Clone Wars. We've put time into this. I've invested time into Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. And so I'm going to put money behind that. And I'm going to vote for Darth Vader. Even though I think he's going to lose.
Aw. You've inspired me, beautiful. I'm going to put $10 on the Naruto guy.
That's about what I expected.
Because loyalty is for suckers. And I think
make you rich.
Yeah, I think Obito is going to win as well. He just seems so crazy powerful, and like he's able to get like they said, if it wasn't for basically the anime protagonist coming in, like he's basically unbeatable at that point. When he like absorbed all that power. You know, we'd seen Kakashi versus Obi-Wan earlier in spoiler alert, Obi won that one. And like, okay, well then Vader is probably gonna win this one, but this guy seems a lot more powerful. Obito seems more powerful than Kakashi, than Vader seems over Obi-Wan. And then also, you know, maybe since they gave the last one to Star Wars, they're gonna give this one to Naruto. I don't think that battle does that, but you know, if they were to.
I am going to say that one of their points, and I thought this at the time, but one of their points for why Darth Vader was so powerful was that he beated Obi-Wan. Now, they also had Ventress in there, who is incredible. Like, that's impressive. But Obi-Wan, Darth Vader didn't really beat Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan stopped fighting back. Obi-Wan kind of threw the fight. And he did it because if you strike me down, Darth, I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine, which he did. So I'm like, I don't really know if I'd say that he beat Obi-Wan. I think that there's a technicality there that they maybe have.
And was it Prime Obi-Wan? Because Obi-Wan kicked his ass in the first battle, and so I mean, you know, I don't know. That's a debate for another day.
But that was one thing where I was like, ooh, the evidence that they're using to bolster Darth Vader is maybe not totally sound.
He took down the Emperor, though. Emperor's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit.
I mean, he was. He was a dick.
Yes, he was. He was.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all balls.
Playing golf.
Time for a death battle!
Ooh.
Nice location.
Yeah. Cool animation.
And a power. I will be taking it. That power will save this cursed world. You'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Your
Then
terms are
you
acceptable.
will die. What?
Oh!
All too easy. I expected more.
He phased.
I won't disappoint.
I won't disappoint. Nice.
Oh.
Ooh, the only thing is he can't phase once he gets like super powerful, so maybe. I might lose.
I know, it's never a good sign when Darth Vader is coming out this strong in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like fire?
I also thought, yeah, fire is going to be his Achilles heel.
Oof. Oh! Nice illusion. Oh!
Yanked the eye out.
You've lost your humanity as well.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable.
Oh! Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, badass.
No. This is inevitable.
Oh, shit.
Oof. Oh, badass.
Great visual.
Yeah. Oh, you brought us up TIE Fighter. Nice.
Use this gift and die.
Too late.
Trapping his mind.
I'm in that netherworld place.
Yeah. She'll want to stay.
You are liberated from hell. Find peace in the next life.
No. Okay, it was. I thought it was gonna be like something. Because then before, like, they think someone's dead and they come out.
This was a fairly complex matchup. Both
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to their skill and arsenals.
And boy, did they have some deep bags of tricks. Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. And they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul. However, Obito had a few more impressive options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting destroyed. While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy, unlike the Force, the Ten Tails provided Obito with an unlimited supply. And since chakra is both spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable to getting disintegrated by one of the many truth-seeking orbs, or even worse, sucked up into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity that few others could match, but against Obito's similar might, busted regeneration, and overwhelming range of abilities, there was no escape.
In the end, Vader's victory just wasn't meant to be.
The winner is Obito Uchiha.
I think you also kind of nailed it too, Handsome. As soon as he went to that other world, he wasn't going to want to leave.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, part of my brain was like, oh, come on, you're a Jedi. You're trained to deal with, like, mind tricks and things messing with you. But at the same time, this is what he's wanted for decades.
Yeah.
It's all he's wanted is to get back to Padme.
Yeah, it was a nice ending to it. I really like how they did this death battle. The animation was great. The fighting was really fun, and then the ending there, it's like, you know, giving him peace there in death. Yeah, it was just. I mean, you know, you could argue. I'm sure people have and will. You know, who should win the battle? But I still feel like they did an amazing job.
I think you said it really well in terms of giving Vader peace in death. Because that's something that you believe he may have attained as Anakin, but it's harder to believe that he ever could find peace as Darth Vader and all of the truly evil and horrific things that he's done for Palpatine. So this was kind of that one-shot deal, it feels like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think he felt peace in death when he, like, you know, killed the Emperor finally and for Luke and
Yes, but I also consider him sort of not really Darth Vader much anymore because he dies. So in this, I'm thinking of him as like, Vader in his prime.
Okay,
So that's where my brain's
all
at
right.
with
That yeah. I see what you're saying there. But let us know what you thought about this battle down below in the comments. And oh crap, I forgot that we can that this was a new one, and then we can see who's next
Oh yeah,
in the death battle.
because we're catching up. Wow.
Yeah, let's do that.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Phoenix! Nice. Phoenix versus Raven, Marvel versus DC. Oh,
that's gonna be good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be really great. Raven's definitely a character I wanted to learn more about as well. So looking forward to that one.
Definitely.
But anyways, if you want all of our death battle reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there, as well as links to our Patreon. We can get early ad-free access to our reactions for our death battle and all of our other stuff here on Definitely Not Definitive and Definitely Not Definitive Games. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Darth Vader versus Obito death battle, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.